I'm in Dublin, Ireland. This is the River Liffey, and I'm on the Halfpenny Bridge. This bridge appears in Phil Lynott's Old Town music video. Today I'm going to be visiting the grave of Phil Lynott. Good evening from St Fintan's Cemetery. It's a bit of a trek to get here. It's quite far out from the city centre. Today I'm looking for the grave of the Irish musician Phil Lynott, co-founder, lead vocalist and primary songwriter for the band Thin Lizzy. The cemetery is a little bit unusual because there's, from what I can see, there's only flat grave markers here. Phil Lynott was born on August 20th, 1949 in West Bromwich in England, but his mother was from Dublin. I'm never sure how to pronounce this country's name, but his father was from Guinea. Apologies, that should be Guinea. In 1957, his mother sent him to live with his grandparents in the Crumlin area of Dublin. There's a memorial here, erected by Dublin Corporation in memory of the victims of the Stardust fire. This was a nightclub fire in the early 1980s, actually 14th of February 1981. May they rest in peace. I'm at the older parts of the cemetery now, where you find your usual kind of headstones. The cemetery's in a fairly upmarket area of Dublin. You've got a nice view of Dublin Bay in the distance there. Phil is actually buried in the newer section where the flat markers are, and we'll go there later on. Phil Lynott was a childhood friend of fellow Thin Lizzy band member Gary Moore. He was in a number of bands before forming Thin Lizzy in 1969. And the band had several hits in the mid-70s, including The Boys Are Back in Town and Jailbreak. In the late 70s, Phil Lynott embarked on a solo career and also fronted the band Grand Slam. He decided to disband Thin Lizzy in 1983 when he was struggling with drug addiction. He continued to collaborate with former band member Gary Moore, and in 1985 he had his final chart success with Moore when they released the song Out in the Fields. And it seems to be a very old church here, and I'm hoping there's an information board by the door, hopefully. And there's a couple of graves inside these railings. Jane Bellingham died 1st of April 1890. Arthur Darcy Bellingham died 6th of May 1903. Also his wife, Nanny Bellingham, died 26th of October 1938. Mary Elizabeth Hart died 26th of June 1931. And John Stewart Bellingham died 10th of December 2023. It's quite recent there. So there's 5 members of the family buried there. Oh, and over here we have in loving memory of Lieutenant A. Henry Bellingham. So the same family. Son of Lieutenant Colonel Arthur Bellingham, RAA, was that RFA, I'm not sure, accidentally killed on army manoeuvres June 3rd, 1959, also of Andrew Bellingham, Lieutenant, Irish Guards, killed accidentally August 13th, 1963. Or two of them killed accidentally then. And their father, Lieutenant Colonel Arthur Stewart Bellingham, died September 6th, 1969. And of their mother, Jean Bellingham, RRC, died 7th of May 1979. Let's go around the front to see if there's a... No, there's no information board. Just have a look inside if we can. I'm guessing this church must date back to the Middle Ages by the look of it. Let's have a look at the bell cots up there. There's a sad one here, in memory of Annie Margaret Patter, died September 10th, 1864, aged 13 months. Now the headstone doesn't look like it dates back to that time, but I could be wrong. And there's people still leaving toys here. There's actually a rather scary looking doll here, to be honest with you. Found this a little bit unusual. There's a gap in the hedge here for you to walk through. In order to get to the other section, you have to walk over somebody's grave. This grave is caved in here. Okay, let's go and find Phil's grave. On Christmas Day 1985, Phil collapsed at his home and was discovered by his mother. Up until that point, his mother was unaware of his alcohol and drug dependency. Phil Lynott died of pneumonia and heart failure on January 4th, 1986, and he was only 36 years old. It's a fairly large cemetery, but I've only seen a handful of people here today for some reason. I've seen more crows than I've seen of people. Look at these, we've got some gorillas here. Looks like somebody's planted some sunflowers here on this grave. Okay, here's Phil's grave. You can see somebody's left a Norwegian flag on it. As you can see, his gravesite is receiving a lot of visitors. Philip Paris Lynott, 1949 until 1986, and he's buried with his mother, Philomena Lynott, 1930, and she passed away in 2019. There's actually a video of Philomena visiting his gravesite. And there's a photograph over here next to Phil's statue in Dublin city centre. There's a lot of like Celtic designs on the headstone. Somebody's left like a little toy guitar here. Or a bass, actually. Somebody's left a row of apples here for some reason. I'm not sure why they've done that. Rock legend, 1949 till 1986. He was actually married to Caroline Crowther, daughter of the entertainer Leslie Crowther. They were married from 1980 until 1984. They had 2 children, Sarah and Kathleen. And Phil was a big Man U fan, as he spent some of his school years in Manchester. Phil was also good friends with the footballer George Best.